when I decided to start over again. I thought the hardest part was going to be getting started, leaving what's familiar, leaving what you're good at, being a beginner again at 63. Starting over isn't just one singular decision. It's often a series of decisions that get you there because we have to make the decision to do it. Then there's some other steps that come along that make it more complicated. It's a series of lessons that we have to go through and learn along the way. And oftentimes those are harder lessons than we anticipated they would be. So today let's talk about 4 of those lessons that I can clearly identify, at least how they pertain to me, and let's see how many of those maybe apply to you and how you could use them in your life in any transitions you're looking to make as well. First off, remember the old saying? It's been around for a while now. No one is coming to save you. And that seems very applicable to starting over. It really takes finding your own passion, your own drive, your own goals, to really be able to weather the storm of lessons that you're going to learn trying to go from point A to point B, from, in my case, therapy to photography as being my singular income. Another lesson is that doing is what gives you confidence. You can think and plan all you want, no matter what the endeavor might be. In my case, I could think about being a photographer. I could envision the camera in my hand. But until I'm out there taking pictures, until I'm talking to prospective clients, until I'm able to take payment, you don't always understand all that goes into it. But by doing these things, you learn them. And by having that knowledge, now you have more confidence about proceeding in that endeavor. Let me tell you, the first time I learned this lesson, it was back in the 90s. I was fresh out of graduate school and had gotten my first job in a day treatment program, essentially a program where kids come for behavioral support because they act out a lot in school, to try to get them back into their original school setting. And not long after getting that job and sort of learning and getting my feet wet in the field and in that particular type of care, the program manager was taking a week-long vacation. And being technically on the charts, the number 2 in charge, me, I now had to run the program. I was barely getting to know my job, let alone how to run the program. And I was very nervous about it. And I kept talking to the manager a lot, and she kept trying to reassure me. And then the weekend came, we said our goodbyes, good luck, enjoy your vacation. Monday rolls around, I go into work, and apparently she'd stayed later, and she had a little clip out of a fortune cookie, that little fortune, and she left it on my desk right where I would find it in the morning. And that said, the job will teach you how to do it. I was like, whoa. So just do the job. And by doing it, you're going to learn it. So by acting as program manager, I was going to learn program manager skills. All of them in a week, probably not, but at least enough to keep the program going. But it applies outside of program management. It's going to apply to photography, YouTube, any endeavor we choose to pursue. By doing it, we're going to learn things, and by learning things, we're going to get confidence. And they're things we often can't learn just by reading or preparing. So keep that one in mind too. Another one is we often get in our heads about what are people gonna think. If my family finds out I'm making a YouTube channel at 63, are they gonna say I'm stupid, it's ridiculous, it's for kids? If they think that, they find out I'm gonna transfer from a respected and established career in psychology to become a photographer, what are they gonna think and say? And while your family might have a little more of an opinion, we generally generalize that to everybody, friends, coworkers, acquaintances, even strangers on the street. And what is so important is that most people aren't judging us. They're not even paying attention to us. They're in their own little world. They've got their own problems, their own goals, their own issues to work through. And whether or not we're doing something fun, silly, irrelevant, making a mistake, is generally not something that carries a lot of weight for most people. Do what we have to do and not worry about the opinions of others, because we're probably exaggerating that more than it needs to be anyways. And lastly, you might hear my dog barking in the background because he wants to get into this too. is that progress is slower than we could ever have anticipated. It's one thing to say, okay, I'm going to start this business, let's say photography. I'm going to run a couple ads. All these people are going to be knocking down my door to hire me to take their pictures. If that was only true, but it's not. It takes time, it takes effort, it takes networking. People don't miraculously just show up. If you're trying to learn a new skill, maybe photography itself, luckily I already had a pretty good handle on it, but that skill is going to come slower than expected. The piano as an instrument, going to learn it slower than expected. YouTube, this thing we're on right now, slower than expected. I thought it'd be fun and easy. Start a channel, people are going to watch it, they're going to be thrilled with what you have to say. And some people are. Generally there's nice comments, there's a lot of likes, there's some views, but is it Mr. Beast level views, hundreds of thousands or millions of views per video? Nah, we're small, we're just having fun, creating a small little community, but making that progress to Mr. Beast level is definitely not going to be easy. Might get there, but it's going to take time. Progress is generally slower than we expect it to be. And I just kind of like to wrap it up and again, just kind of highlight, starting something new is hard. It takes determination, focus, perseverance to get through the challenges that we encounter as we're making progress towards something new. And you know, it's not always really about what's new. It's kind of about discovering who we really are in the face of these obstacles, in the face of these challenges. Do we have or can we develop a certain skill level that maybe we knew we had, develop it further, or one we didn't have and develop it in the first place? So it's more about the growth sometimes even than the actual pursuit itself.